All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99 back with another video. All right, y'all, so been a little busy, but I'm going to try to jump back on a little later tonight for the live show. Because, I got to get my picks on these fights. And, not even picks, but just kind of break down the fights. Because, some people ask me about this card. It's big, it's 4 fights. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely jump on and, just break down what's going on and, what fights to check out. But pretty much, if you're a WMMA fan, check out all 4 fights. All right? But, yeah, man, anyways, just want to jump back on here listening to Erin Blanchfield, her most recent interview where she was talking about the rematch here with Alexa Grasso and Valentina Shevchenko. And she feels like, Shevchenko's got to make those adjustments. Shevchenko's got to make those adjustments. But at the same time, this fight is close. It's a coin flip, like she said. And I kind of agree with her on that. I think it's a situation where we've seen Grasso do something big, and she did it in a way that kind of frustrated Valentina, which makes people think she has Valentina's number. All right, so that's one side. Then you have the other side where you have this long reigning champion that is just well-disciplined and well-versed, all around. And we see her as this smart fighter, right? But there's a thing that we never seen her have to do before, and that's dig deep, right? We never really had to see her dig deep. Like, even in the Amanda Nunes fights, you can honestly say, like, Valentina didn't really dig deep in those fights. That's why she lost those razor thin fights. You know what I mean? Like, there were still some points in there where we didn't see her really go after it. Because even in that rematch, a lot of people saying she got robbed. I was like, no, she didn't get robbed. Valentina just didn't go after it like she should have, and dig deep and, step out of her character just for, a couple of rounds to edge out the fight, So look at it that way, going into this fight. So it does make it a coin flip. But I agree with this, too. This is what she said. She said, I didn't expect that much out of Alexa Grasso. She's a great game planner, which I really admired about her in the first fight. She stuck to the game plan, and I felt like she definitely was losing the fight. But she had drilled taking it back off of that spinning back kick probably over and over, and she hit it perfectly. Maybe she'll have a couple of new tricks for this fight. I feel like Valentina's maybe a little better of a fighter, but I don't think she necessarily game plans and gives her opponents enough respect sometimes. Oh, okay. I don't know if she's going to make the adjustments. If she does, I feel like she could win. If she doesn't, I can see Alexa Grasso winning. I feel like it's a little up in the air. All right. And she said, I thought she was going to maybe put more of a beating on her. The fight was pretty even. This is what she's talking about, Manon. All right, let me hold off on that part. Let's go back up and discuss the Valentina part. Yeah. That's what I've been saying about Grasso going into this fight. Like, Grasso, she kind of knows Valentina now. They studied her over and over, like she said, with that spinning back attack. Like, everything she was throwing that was spinning back, spinning back kicks, spin kicks, all that special stuff, special effects stuff, Alexa Grasso was ducking. She was pulling back. She was out of range. Then she would step back in. So all of that type of stuff, Grasso, she trained for it. She knew Valentina was going to take that approach. So they still been studying her. And I think that we didn't even get a chance to see everything that Grasso prepared for, even possibly like submitting on the ground on her back, like wearing Valentina down to a point where they could KO her, So I think that with Alexa Grasso knowing what she could do the first fight, there will be more tricks that they didn't use in the first fight they'll bring over, plus some newly added stuff that she's been adding to get better as a fighter, right? So I see that opening definitely, But like she said, with Valentina, I agree 100% though. I think Valentina is going to need to make adjustments. Like, she can't come in being her. And again, where she says, I don't think she respects her opponents enough sometimes. Yeah, that might be one of the things. Like, she did say in the interview that she didn't have to learn anything, and in my opinion, yeah, you do. Every fight you have to learn something. And Valentina, hopefully she had to learn something from this and feels like she has to make adjustments. Because if she don't make adjustments and come in the same way, sure, she was edging out the first fight, but do you think Alexa Grasso is going to take the same approach that she did the first time? They're watching that fight. They're going to say, okay, this is how we take away Valentina's jab this time. This is how we take away her inside leg kicks. This is how we take away her body kicks, different things. This is how we stuff her takedowns continuously and consistently this time, So Valentina will have to make adjustments. She can't come in that same fighter just because she was winning the first fight, because Grasso is still in the fight the whole time. That's what people don't understand. Like, that's why I like calling this thing down the middle, man. That's just why I'm a fan of the fight game and I do this channel, because the Grasso simps, they're gonna go this way, the Valentina simps gonna go this way. But me, I'm gonna talk about it like a fight fan. Let me just say an analyst like I do, because I think that Valentina. I think Grasso, even though she was losing the fight, she was always in the fight, and that's what made her dangerous, and that's what's gonna make her dangerous going into this fight. They're gonna change up, they're gonna adjust, and bring in the new tricks. Whereas Valentina, she's 100% got to adjust, because the fighter that she was fighting, they game plan for her. And when they come back in the next time around, they're gonna be even more. Their teams are going to be even more well versed in what Valentina is going to do, right? So Valentina can't take the same approach. There's got to be something new in each round, and there's got to be new attacks. There's got to be new traps set. I mean, I'm not saying she got to be this 100% totally different fighter, but there's got to be different. There's got to be a different rhythm. There's got to be a different rhythm here. You can't come in with that same rhythm, because that's something I always say. Like, this is what you got to do to Valentina now, because this is what she does in every fight. Right? She's never had to change too much because fighters respected her, and she got to the point where she didn't have to respect her opponents now. So now it's hard for her to make that mental adjustment and say, okay, I fell behind, or I did make a mistake. Let's go back and learn from this, So aside from the spinning back attack, there were some things that Valentina was making mistakes in. There was purely some things she was making mistakes in, because she was getting caught on the feet. She was getting caught on the feet, and she went to her plan B, and that was wrestling. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just saying that she was getting outstruck to a point where mistakes were being made on her half, and she needs to go back and adjust how she, defensively carries herself against a boxer. You can't be as flat-footed, can't be as stationary, can't, depend on just the basic 1-2. You're gonna have to shut down. You have to shut down the offense of Alexa Grasso in a totally different way. So yeah, I agree with Erin Blanchfield on that Valentina, I feel like she is the fighter that needs to make the real adjustments here, because mentally Grasso has that edge over. She's got that edge over, and like I said, we haven't seen everything she's gonna be bringing to the table. Granted, she was losing the first fight, but I think that win could have came to her even in the fifth round. It could have came at any point. It passed already the 3 rounds, but when we got to the fourth, it happened. But it could have happened in the fifth by knockout or whatever, because she was never going to stop trying. And I don't see Grasso stopping or laying down in this fight, giving her the belt back. So it's going to be even tougher for her. All right. But yeah, real quick, this is what she said about Manon's performance. I thought she was gonna maybe put more of a beating on her. The fight was pretty even. I feel like they both were getting pretty tired. She used her reach, she used her distance, and her takedown defense to win that fight. I feel like she did what she had to do, but it was a tougher fighter. It was a tougher fight for her than I expected. Let's shout out to Erin though. At least Erin didn't say she wasn't impressed. You know what I mean? Like, Erin still got that respect about her. Like, Erin be telling the truth. I got to give that girl respect though. See, she be telling the truth. Like, I agree with that again, 100%. That's why I say, like, I think the fight was competitive. I don't think it was like even, but I think it was competitive. I think Manon was winning the fight solidly, was solid. But I think that Manon did use her reach a little bit better, even though the reach is the same. The reach is the same. I feel like she used her distance management better. Let's put it that way. She used that better, and of course her takedown defense. But yeah, I thought she was going to put more of a beating on Rose. I think it was there. The opportunity was there. Dislocated finger or not, the opportunity was there to put on more of a beating. But I think, yeah, when it came down to it, they both were tired again from the blood, the headbutt, dislocated finger, But yeah, I think she just did what she had to do. And, that's an important part that we have to always give fighters credit for. You have to do what you got to do instead of just quitting, right? But yeah, final thoughts in this real quick discussion. 100%, man. Grasso, I think, she's got some things that we haven't seen her use yet that she's going to carry over from the first fight, plus some new things. And hopefully it's Valentina that we see have to make the big change here, make the right changes. Let me say the right changes and improvements, because changing it doesn't mean anything. Changing. That's why I just always say improvements. Improvements or changes for the better, right? So making sure she's improved and ready to go and fully prepared for whatever Grasso has. That's the only way she's going to win this fight. All right. But guys, let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.